But it's crazy because even on TikTok, if people like make videos, they have these filters. Have you seen them? They're called like the beauty filters. And you don't need to wear a stitch of makeup because they have these beauty filters that will literally like put like fake eyelashes on you and eyeliner and blush and like they will do everything and you will look like a vision of gold. Like you are breathtaking and it's a friggin' filter.
Yeah, they just ripped that off from Snapchat though. But yes, Snapchat
they have different ones. Like it's crazy.
Snapchat was the originator of faking beauty like hardcore. So like people to this day still use those filters as their like pictures, and like people complain about it now where it's like, I don't know if this is a real person or a filter, because you're right.
Yeah.
Like it'll put on the eyelashes, it'll give you smooth skin, it'll do all these kind of things. You can do it on your regular phone too, even.
Oh, I'm sure you can. I'm sure. Do you know what my favorite thing though is?
No, tell me.
If you need to get your makeup professionally done. So let's say maybe you're like in a wedding, like you're in a wedding party. And you get your makeup professionally done. And then after you like look yourself, you're like, I am flawless. Chris is making a face. You don't like that?
I've been in a wedding before, but I never got my makeup professionally done for it. I did it myself. I went one time to get my makeup professionally done at like a makeup counter or something, and I hated it so much, it turned me off to the whole experience.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. So I don't know if I like it or not, because I don't think I've had it done. Okay, so how often do you have that happen that you love getting it professionally done? Is it you in a lot of
literally
weddings?
like three times in my entire life. But you just feel so nice after, because you're like, I definitely can't do this.
Right.
You just feel so glamorous, and you're like, oh, like take all the pictures, please. I look like picture perfect. Like you just feel so pretty.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because obviously I don't do that in my normal life, so it's so nice to just feel so beautiful.
Does it feel really heavy? Like, do you feel like you're like washing off like a ton of makeup at the end of the day?
At the beginning, it feels quite heavy, like your eyelashes, like the whole deal. It feels heavy, but you get used to it pretty quickly.
Got it.
Yeah.
Since we're kind of talking a little bit about social media and beauty standards, I did want to bring a little stat into the mix, because we didn't have social media growing up. So the beauty standards were just in like magazines and what we saw on television, but we weren't bombarded with it in the same way because we weren't interacting with those medias on a daily basis, like when people are interacting every day on Snapchat, on TikTok, and all of the other things. So a survey by Common Sense Media in 2018 found that 80% of 10 to 18-year-olds in the United States reported using social media frequently. So I think it's just important to highlight that, because they are going to these same social media places that have all the filters and seeing other people's pictures and posts with those filters, but they think it's real. They think that these people really look like that. And some people get, to your earlier point, surgery to look like the filter, right? Like, they're getting the extensions, they're getting the lip injections, they're getting the Botox, they're getting the fillers, all of those things so that they can look like this, I don't want to say cartoon version of themselves, but sometimes that's what it looks like. I do have another stat on Photoshop. I'm just trying to find it. Yeah. A survey conducted by Glamour magazine found that 60% of women believe that retouching in magazines and advertisements was either rare or non-existent. So not only, So not only as kids, you're bombarded with these visuals of what you think is beauty, natural beauty, but also as we get older as women, we still believe it. We still believe that in the picture, there was no retouching done. There was no, they didn't edit it. They didn't put a filter on it. They're like, no, this is how people regular are. So then that stays in the back of your mind being like, don't add up. How do I, how do I get there?
No way. I definitely don't believe that. Of course, if it's in a magazine or if it's anywhere or if it's on a celebrity's Instagram, they have touched that picture up so freaking much. And people have like analyzed the picture and they're like, no, you can see they're bringing in like her waist here. You can see that they're like smoothing out her face here. Like, of course, like, it's
wild though.
Yeah.
That
is wild.
Wild. Now I find I'm just looking at like the picture to see where I can determine the touch up. Like when I was young, I believed that everything I saw was real. And my mom would be like, no. That person has extensions in. That person has a wig on. It's been retouched. I'd be like, no, it's real. It's real. And she's like, no, it's not.
Yeah. But then as you have grown up, you've realized that, no, people will do those things and make themselves feel good and make themselves feel beautiful.
Like one thing I can't unsee now is I realize that the Kardashians wear wigs. Because a few seasons back, I was like, why does their hair look weird all the time? Their hair always looks this weird texture. It's stringy, kind of sits weird, because they were known for like glossy, sleek, pressed, straight hair. And then all of a sudden, like, it's just like this weird wavy texture. It's kind of flat. It's not kind of flowy. They all wear wigs now.
No.
Yeah. There's this picture or meme or whatever of Kim with her natural hair when it was blonde. It's damaged, it's thin, and it's stringy, and it's short. That was when she's blonde. Her hair may be like a little healthier now, but it's just like they're all wearing wigs. That's why their hair looks so, with the exception, I think Courtney probably has her natural hair, but Chloe and Kim are wearing wigs. And it's like, but they're making you think it's their natural hair. Like, oh, why can't I do my hair blonde like Kim? And then it's not like falling out. It's like because her hair did fall out and she has a wig on.
Right. Oh my gosh. See, that's terrible because I don't know. I think because they have such a high power in society and on people, like, I know they don't want to be honest and tell people, oh, we have wigs, but like little girls or little, kids are looking up to you, be like, I want to be just like them. I want to look just like them. But it's like, you know what? They don't even look like themselves.
That's the part of it that's like more challenging. It's admitting to what you've done. Like they don't admit to having like BBLs, and it's just like your waist was never that small and your butt was, for Kim, it's like, okay, her butt was always a little bit on the big side, but your butt didn't look like a diaper back then. Like you have to admit that you've done something to reconstruct the shape of your body. Same thing with Chloe. It's just like, you had a flat ass, girl. All of a sudden you got this badonkadonk, like stop. Or how Kim.
And I think Kylie for the longest time said, oh no, I didn't get lip injections. I didn't get lip injections. And then like over the past few years, she's like, yeah, okay, I did.
Well, she even just admitted in a couple episodes back that she got a boob job. She denied that for a long time too.
Oh, yeah, like, come on.
It's like not even they can live up to their own standards. Or Kim still to this day doesn't acknowledge that she had a nose job. It's like, girl, you've had many noses. You've had nose jobs. I think that's just, that's in the industry, that's the norm. There's almost every celebrity's had like a nose job that's an actor for sure. So it's just like, that's just accepted. Yeah. It's like, don't like act like you just grew into your face or something. Like it's not setting a good example. And you're a liar.
Right. Just be honest. We're not going to be like, oh my God, she admitted she got a nose job. It's like, yeah, okay, we all knew. Okay, cool.
Well, some people will still do that, being like, you don't accept yourself for who you are, shame on you. It's like, if anything, at least every night you've been honest to yourself. And it's like, people are going to say what they say regardless, but like lying to my face about it, like, stop.
Truly.
I'm trying to see if I have a stat on something. Like, definitely beauty standards have changed and there's more inclusivity, but also like, there's more fluidity as well in terms of like representing age and representing genders. And now there are more, I don't want to say genders, but now there's more inclusivity in terms of like the LGBTQ plus movement and that being also something accepted.
Mm-hmm. But speaking of like representation, like, along the lines of makeup, I would say in the last, I don't know, I'm just throwing this out there, 5 years, maybe 7 years, the makeup industry has been trying to be inclusive of all skin tones and skin colors.
Right.
I think Fenty Beauty, which is Rihanna's, were they one of the first that came out with like a wide range of different colors for everyone?
I mean, like historically, I'm going to say no, but in our generation,
the most popular one?
In our generation, I'd probably say yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I think there was always, 20 different shades, but then really she like amplified it and did like 120.
Well, because there needs to be that many, right? Like not everybody is some version of a peach tone. Like I'm not. Like
exactly.
I'm a yellow olive color on my best day. Like there's no makeup that was going to match me growing up, and that was also part of the challenge. But I think industries have realized that there is money to be made because, people of all diversities have money to spend on these said products. So a Nielsen report from 2019 said that the US market for beauty products that cater to a diverse range of skin tones was worth $25.5 billion. So
that's a lot of money.
Exactly. It behooves you to invest in having like a range of options.
Truly.
And that number is continuing to grow. So companies are definitely starting to expand more. I think a study from 2019 at that point, it showed like a 34% growth in including more inclusive, bigger range of like products and skin tones. Mm-hmm. And I think that's even carried into like the fashion industry in terms of different models. That's definitely looks different.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. All different shapes and sizes and ages. Absolutely. And backgrounds, which I think is also great because you're representing everyone. You're not just representing 1% of the population.
Sure. And I think we're not saying this to say that like somebody unhealthy should be glamorized on both like the skinny, probably suffering from a mental health illness to like somebody who is obese and has like really strong health concerns, but it's not everybody's going to fit into one box. So it's important for us to be able to see versions of ourselves in media. Like, not everybody is going to look like the cookie cutter version. So people want to spend on products that are for them.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That reminds me of when they came out with the new Ariel movie, like the Little Mermaid movie, and the main star was a person of color.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's fantastic. Like, why haven't we thought about this sooner?
Because all of the trolls on the internet said that mermaids couldn't be that color, as if mermaids are real. Yeah, there was a whole thing. It's like, there was a whole hashtag movement, like keep Ariel white or something like that. And it was like a whole thing.
No. Oh, I did not see that.
Yeah, it was people were trying to stop the movie from being made because of it. They were up in arms, being like, why are you trying to make this character something that it's not? It's always been this. And it's like, okay, I get it from one hand, but then like you really got to look at your bias there, where it's like you want to see yourself as a character, and it's like, because you as this person who is not, a minority or a person of color, it's strange for you to see that, because you're like, this is not what I'm used to. And it's like, yeah, but the reality is we all look different, and mermaids are not real.
Exactly. Exactly.
I tried to watch that movie though. It was pretty boring. I couldn't watch the whole thing. No disrespect.
I haven't watched it, so I cannot say.
But kids don't know the difference, right? They're just watching a movie where they're seeing this girl who dreams of having legs, and kids are too young to make a differentiation of like, oh, well, that doesn't look like me or look like me. And there should be more education and awareness around that people are going to look differently, and those differences are also beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.